It's the 7th episode of this, our 3rd season of the Joey Wright Show, and I, of course, am your host, Joey Wright. It's a little bit later in the season than we've done it in the past, but today is our annual food review segment on the Joey Wright Show. I went to the gas station just before filming, the gas station right next to Urbana Public Television, bought $15 worth of food and beverages that I will try on the air coming up after the break. We will also do a rundown if we have time. That's what's coming up on the Joey Wright Show. It's going to be a great episode. Stick with us. We're back for more after this. Back on the Joey Wright Show, it's time for our annual food review segment. This is one of my favorite episodes every season. I did it in Season 1 and Season 2, had a blast with it, so, you know, third time's the charm. I think this will be the best one yet. A few things I want to get out of the way before we get going, and once we get going, we've kind of got to hurry up because this takes longer every season than I think it will. I have not eaten breakfast yet. We're filming, it's about 10:20 right now, 10:23 it looks like, looking at the clock out there. I have not eaten breakfast yet. I'm hungry. I didn't get very much sleep last night. I want my caffeine. And the energy drink is its own story. We'll get to that later. So I'm ready to tear into all this. I forgot what the other thing I wanted to mention was. Oh yeah, I wanted to go with more obscure products. I mean, some of these aren't obscure. Obviously, Fritos is a pretty recognized brand, as are Takis. Takis are very popular. But I wanted to go with things that maybe you wouldn't buy on your average trip to the gas station. Just like this, a salted nut roll. I mean, come on, that looks awful, but we'll get to that. And I also, you know, money's a little tight right now. I don't have very much money in my bank account, so I only spent $15 on all this, and really, I think I got a lot for $15. So I get paid on Friday, so we're getting there. But that is a different story. What is the story right now is this food, all this wonderful, wonderful food. Maybe it's not going to be wonderful. I don't know. We will see. So let's start. Go from left to right here. And this is in no particular order, just how I lined it up. We've got these pork rinds, salt and sour flavored. They claim to be salty. They claim to be sour. We will see if that's the case. Pork rinds. Love pork rinds. I don't know how the addition of the extra flavor is going to be, but we will see. Spicy jalapeno Fritos. I don't think I've had these yet. I've had, I think, all the other kinds of Fritos, but not these spicy jalapeno ones. So, see how those are. We've got sweet and hot Jack Link's beef stick. I love these. Beef stick, whatever. Beef jerky. It's sweet, it's hot, it's jerky. We'll get to it when we get to it. This salted nut roll that I alluded to looks terrible. I think it looks kind of like a Payday, but worse. Claims to be a good source of protein, so I can, you know, I'll feel that later, I guess. Takis, there's a story behind these that we'll get to when we get to them. These juicy sour twists, this is what I'm talking about. Juicy sour twists, there's no brand name on these. They're just, it looks like they're KLN family brand juicy sour twists. And they look all right. They look kind of like sour Twizzlers. So, we'll see. We'll see. Swirly gummy bears. They're gummy bears. They speak for themselves. They should be fun. And a story that I'll get to in just a moment with this NOS energy drink, the Rowdy Bush, Kyle Busch flavor. I think it's cherry. I'm not sure yet. Two things I wanted to buy. One of them was Teddy Grahams. The other was a bottle of Pepsi Fire. And that gas station had neither of them. So, we're making do with what we got. Now, this NOS energy drink, the story behind this, I don't drink energy drinks. I drink maybe too much soda. Yep, definitely too much soda, although I've scaled back in the recent months. And I don't drink energy drinks. The energy drinks I have had have tasted like a gym floor. One of them was a peach-flavored gym floor. It was nice. But Kyle Busch took home the victory at Pocono on Sunday, for those of you who don't know. And I think most of you know I'm a pretty big NASCAR fan. I thought, well, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone on the food review and drink an energy drink. And I'll celebrate Kyle Busch's win, even though I'm not a fan of his. I respect the act of winning. So, you know, and it looks pretty good. It's I like the design of the can. I don't know what flavor it is. Just It's just endorsed by Kyle Busch. That's all I know. So I am thirsty. Haven't had breakfast yet. I'm tired. Let's get right to it. Immediately I can tell that the beverage is red in the can. It's hard to. It smells like fruit punch. So. It tastes like fruit punch. Not a big fan of the aftertaste. The flavor, it hits you immediately. Oh, and I got to clear my throat, I apologize. We might encounter that problem again. I definitely feel like that's fruit punch flavored, rather than straight cherry, as I read on Facebook that it was. It's interesting. It's not bad. It's better than Monster Energy, and it's better than Gronk's flavor of Monster Energy that he endorses. But I don't think would choose this over soda if I had the opportunity. It's all right. We're not going to go any farther than that. I will drink it as we move along with the review. But I would not buy that on its own, nor would I buy any energy drink on its own, because I don't like them. So, let's get moving. I think I spent too much time on the NOS. I love the can design, by the way, though. That is sexy, for lack of a better term. Now, these pork rinds. I love pork rinds. My dad loves pork rinds. I think my brothers like them. My mom does not, so sorry to her. But these are salt and sour flavored pork rinds. I think that's interesting. Not sweet and sour, not salt and vinegar. Salt and sour. Let's try them. I'm trying to get a little one here. All right. Those aren't bad. Right off the bat, the salt hits you. The salt's going to hit your tongue, and then the sour kind of kicks in a little later. It's got the texture of the rind that does not change. It's very good, but at the same time, it's not very great. And that's what I'm looking for in a pork rind. You can find that in some flavors. Barbecue pork rinds are fire. These are not fire. These are just like a hot stovetop. Not fire. Hot stovetop. So, that's something I can only think of when I'm tired. Not great. What I give the energy drink? 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10? I forgot. These are about in that range. They're good. I'll probably finish the bag later if I don't split it with my brothers. Or my brother, because one of them's at band camp. So, Johnny, you don't get any of this stuff. I'm sorry. Not sorry. But these are all right. I'll give them a 5, 6 out of 10. They're somewhere in that range. Wouldn't buy them on their own. I'd eat them if someone gave me a bag. I'll finish the ride. It's one thing about pork rinds too is they take time to eat. I apologize for that. I'm holding the Jack Link's beef steak. It's sweet and hot flavored. This is, for those of you that don't know, just essentially a strip of beef jerky, which is what I like about this product, all the flavors. Sweet and hot flavored. I haven't had this one yet. I've had teriyaki. I've had the KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce flavor. Have not had this. And maybe, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have had this. Maybe I've tried this one of the first 2 seasons. I don't know. Someone go back and prove me wrong. I know I've had, if I can open it. There we go. I know I've had a beef steak on the show before. But, this, I feel like this is new to me. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I don't keep tabs on the beef jerky I eat. Sweet and hot is the flavor. Is it going to be more sweet? Is it going to be more hot? I'll let you know. Right off the bat, I'm getting sweet. And you know, I never really get hot. There's a hint of it there at the end after I swallow, but for the most part, this is sweet. So on the label it should say Jack Link's Premium Cuts Sweet Beefsteak. Not hot. Maybe I'd have to eat a little more to get the heat, but that's a little disappointing. Although it tastes good, that's misleading because I was looking for some heat at the end. I was looking for a little kick, and you know, it didn't deliver on that. So that's a shame. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because I do like the flavor. But if you're looking for spicy, I would say their peppered flavor is more of a kick than that, and that says something. So this episode is going to be a lot of me chewing, by the way. I hope we all realize that. It's just not there, and that's a shame. So 7 out of 10 for the stick. It's good, but it's not hot. Label says it's hot. It's not hot. So if you're looking for hot, I don't know what to tell you. And I don't have very much of a tolerance for spicy foods either. So I mean, that's it. If it's hot, I'll know. And that's going to lead me to the story with the Takis here. That's good. That's pretty good after you're washing something down. I'll say that. These Takis, the Fuego kind, means they're hot. And this is a story, for those of you who don't know, I'm a camp counselor, sports camp counselor for the Park District. I've only been on the job 2 days, but it's whatever. And there was this kid yesterday, I won't use his name, just because I won't do that. I don't think he'd mind, but that's a different story. He was telling me about how he was really good at eating Takis and Cheetos and just hot chips, and I was like, oh, I'm not very good at that. And he was like, well, I'm really good at it, and that was pretty much it. Great story, I know. So, you know, I was thinking about that while I was at the gas station. I was like, man, this kid was just telling me about Takis yesterday. Why don't I buy some and try some on the show? The story sounded a lot better in my head. But anyways, and you know, I like Takis. Takis are good. These are the hot chili pepper and lime kind. There are other flavors. So I predict that this is going to drive me to the energy drink again. I'll tell you that. These are messy too. You know, these are going to be the last thing I eat just because of all the powder, and I don't want to deal. That's its whole thing. So we're going to save those for last. That's an executive decision because I don't want to get dust everywhere. Moving on, I think we are inching in on the halfway point. We've tried 2 things, so we're not really there yet. We got to get things moving though. I spend too much time going off on tangents about the food. Don't spend enough time eating the food. Black Forest Swirly Gummy Bears. These are gummy bears. They've got 3 different flavors in here. Looks like they've got a blue, a yellow, and a red. And they're swirled. So it looks like red is swirled with a darker red, blue with kind of a green, and yellow with orange. So maybe we can get a close-up of one of them. I don't know if we'll maybe zoom the camera in on this later. But maybe I'll just take a picture of one and we'll put it on the top corner. But you can see maybe that they're swirled. This is blue kind of with green. And I assume it's just going to be a standard gummy bear. We'll see. Yeah, and gummy bears are good. I like the fruity flavor of the blue one. Orange is definitely orange flavored, perhaps tangerine. Red is more than likely intended to be cherry. These are very good. They're gummy bears. It's like, who doesn't like gummy bears? 8 out of 10 for these. And just because I wish maybe there were more flavors in here, but they're good. They get the job done. I'm not going to eat a handful of them because I've chewed enough on this show. but I will have one more. Eight out of 10 for the gummy bears. All right. After everything I eat, I got to take a sip of this. It's very fizzy, very carbonated. I'll say that. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, I wouldn't have enough time to break down the nutrition facts. Nutrition facts of all. If I was taking time to tell you the nutrition facts of all this stuff, I think you'd get diabetes just listening. So we won't go there. And I want to say I will not eat all of this at home either. I will split this generously with my brothers, with my mom, you know, with whoever wants it. The juicy sour twists I was talking about. These kind of off-brand. I don't know what these are. They're bitter berry flavored. I'm not really sure if they'll be bitter berry, as you know, or bitter. Really, I don't doubt that they'll be berry flavored. I don't know if they'll be bitter. I don't know if I trust the label. So, as I mentioned, the texture of these are like Twizzlers with the sour punch cross salt on them, or sour Skittles salt, or whatever, sour salt. You know, not as long as Twizzlers. So we'll see. They're tough. Oh, that's awful. What kind of texture? We're not bitter either. There's some sour, but I mean, they're not like, I'm not puckering or anything. It's a pretty big letdown. Well, not a letdown because I didn't expect anything to begin with. I don't know what to say about that. So I'll have one more. Man, just steer clear of these. These aren't good enough to justify eating all the carbs. 90 calories per 9 twists. That's just, no, these are awful. Good packaging though, I'll say, for an off-brand package. It you know, jumped out at me. And there is a little bitter after the fact. Kind of sticks around. But it's like no one, you know, why do you want to be the last one to leave the party? That's awful. Made with real fruit juice. I won't dispute that claim because I got better things to do. But these are not good at all. Not good, not good, not good. They contain wheat and soy too, so if you have a wheat or soy allergy, good. And that's that. I'll try the Fritos before the nut roll just because. Actually, I'm going to keep that there because I don't order that. But try the Fritos, the spicy jalapeno flavored Fritos. When hunger strikes, a lightweight snack just isn't going to cut it. At times like these, you need the big, bold taste of Fritos brand corn chips. Spicy jalapeno Fritos combine the classic corn taste you love with a hearty, fiery crunch. Nothing satisfies like Fritos brand. That's what it says on the back of the bag. I wasn't just making that up. So let's try these. Remember, they made some bold claims on the back of this package. A hearty, fiery crunch and big, bold taste is what I'm led to expect. So let's see. Right off the bat, these don't look very different than your typical Frito. They deliver on the hearty crunch and big bold taste aspects. However, I wouldn't describe it as fiery. So that's a little misleading. These are not very spicy at all. Let me eat a few more. because maybe that's something that I've been doing wrong. Maybe I haven't been eating enough of these products to really get what they're advertising. All right, it's good. It's actually a little spicy. It's got some kick to it. I mean, nothing that's unbearable or anything. I'm not rushing for my drink, but they're good. They are a little spicy. They taste like jalapenos. So I think based on what the label says, and the fact that they deliver on everything on the label, and the fact that they actually taste good, I would buy these again. I got to give them a 9 out of 10. These are very good chips, and chips that I will very much enjoy finishing later. No, none of these for Tommy. He's not getting any, or maybe he will. I don't know. And next to last, this salted nut roll, Pearson's brand salted nut roll. You know, I don't have very high hopes for this. It looks pretty terrible. These, obviously, if you have a nut allergy, I would steer clear of these. Yeah, 240 calories in every bar, so you know, there's gonna be lots of sugar in this, lots of fat, which is good stuff. Don't get me wrong. Right off the bat, it looks like a Payday bar if Hershey ran into hard times. So, Payday is manufactured by Hershey, being the joke there. You got peanuts here, and it looks like just peanuts. So, you know, let's try this. I don't know how pressed for time I am. We got to get to wrapping this up at some point. I did not think I would eat anything today that tastes like a Home Depot. That's awful. That is just, it's like a Payday but sweeter, and it's just not, I don't think, is this caramel? I can't tell because it's white on the inside. There's going to be peanuts everywhere here. I hope the person in here to film after me doesn't have any peanut allergies. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That'd be bad. Yeah, it's like I've opened the label and such that I can't tell if there's caramel in here or what. There's corn syrup, I see peanuts, milk. It's just not good. It's not good. It's sweet. I think it's like some sort of vanilla flavoring on the inside. Yeah, it's just not good. Not good at all. 4 out of 10 for the nut roll. I'm going to have to do some of those peanuts. I'm going to feel bad if someone dies in here because I ate some candy. But, fingers crossed. The last thing I mentioned earlier, the Takis, I alluded to the story behind them. We got hot chili pepper and lime tortilla chips. 30 grams per serving. No, what am I I'm tired. I didn't get very much sleep last night. Partially because I was up working on the show. But also partially because I was up playing my Xbox 360 that I moved into my room. But, Taki time! These are going to be spicy. These are going to be the spiciest thing I've had today. So I don't, what does that say? There's going to be some people out there that don't think Takis are spicy at all. There's going to be some people that think they're very spicy. Same with hot Cheetos and whatnot. Just kind of depends on who you are. I'm not judging. Typically, I fall into the first category, more so than the latter category. But we'll try them here. Not a ton of lime, more spice than lime. Spice really hits you after the fact. After you've swallowed it, boom, falls down the throat, kind of gets stuck in there. So, some people love that, some people hate that. Delicious though, nice tangy flavor. That hint of lime really kind of rears, kind of after you've swallowed it, it pops out, or as you're swallowing, towards the end of your bite, the lime pops out. Very good flavor. Tastes great. I love them. They're addictive. That's the thing with these hot chips. You just gotta eat one, you're like, oh, it's kind of spicy. I don't know if I should eat any more. Eat another one, boom, you've eaten the whole bag. Love them. Even though they're spicy, I'm gonna have to take a drink of my energy drink here after a few more chips. But these Takis are pretty fire. Nine out of 10 for the Takis as well. So I'm not going to do that on the air, but I should though. That's the thing I don't like about these hot chips, is that they get everywhere. The dust, it's just a whole mess. It's just not good. So take a sip of this. That is our food review for the Joey Wright Show for Season 3. If you've got anything you want to see me try, I'd be more than happy to try it at some point for you and let you know what I think of it. I mentioned earlier 2 things I wanted to buy: a bag of Teddy Grahams, or whatever. I don't know. And Pepsi Fire was the other thing that I wanted to buy, but the gas station didn't have them. And I apologize because now my fatigue is really kind of popping in. I'm going to have to chug a bunch of that before I come on the air after the next break. But yeah, the gas station didn't have either of those, which kind of surprised me, and I didn't have them, as is obvious. So that's our food review. As I mentioned, anything else you want to see me try, then I'll try it off camera. Maybe I'll get a camera and put it on YouTube or something. I don't know. I'm always open to suggestions. I hope you enjoyed the food review for Season 3 of the Joey Wright Show. I don't know how much time I've got. Maybe enough for a rundown. If not, I'll close the show down after the break. Thank you for watching this segment of this episode of the Joey Wright Show. Cheers.
And then I saw her standing there with green eyes and long blonde hair. She wasn't wearing underwear. At least I prayed that she might be the one. Maybe we'd have some fun. Maybe we'd watch the sunrise. But that night I learned some girls try too hard. Some girls try too hard. And some girls try too hard to impress with.
We're back on the Joey Wright Show. I don't believe I have time to do a rundown myself, so here's a challenge I pose to you, the viewers at home. I will give you 5 rundown topics, and you can ponder them yourself. You can think about them. I'll generate some topics that I would have discussed on the rundown, and you, the viewers at home, can think about them at home. Let's see what you've got. The oldest oil refinery in the United States. Look that up, whatever it is. Convention centers, identity, Aladdin, and dignity. Those are you, the viewers, 5 rundown topics for the next week. So I didn't have enough time to do it myself, and I don't know. So that's our food review episode for this season of the Joey Wright Show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed filming it and eating all this food, and I will enjoy eating the rest of all this food after cameras stop rolling. A few things to mention. I'm told that no one at Urbana Public Television has a peanut allergy, so that's good. I feel a lot better about myself now. I got peanuts everywhere. It was a mess there. salted nut roll that was not very good at all. Kind of caused some problems. But it's all good. No one, no lives are in danger. We're fine. Everyone's fine. And yeah, and I want to point out August 12th, I will be partaking in the kale eating competition at the Urbana Farmers Market. Didn't bring any kale with me today, and that was probably something I should have brought to help hype that up. But August 12th, a kale eating competition I'm a part of. I'm a part of. Dr. Owen, Superintendent of Urbana School District 116, is in it. Diane Marlin, our mayor, is in it. It's going to be a fun time. That's at the Urbana Farmers Market on August 12th. I also want to thank you, the viewers, for making last week's episode the highest viewed episode of the season. It featured Dan Wachtel, Austin Yancey, Jesse Huber, Not for the Faint of Heart, performing 3 songs. If you have not seen it, check it out. Again, that's, to this point, the highest viewed episode of Season 3. And that's really all I've got for this week. I'll be back next week on the Joey Wright Show. Don't know what I will do, but I'm sure I'll think of something. I didn't think of doing this until Sunday afternoon. So that's all we've got on the Joey Wright Show this week. I'm your host, Joey Wright. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you around next time.